we're going to show you the food we enjoyed on Norwegian Escape, starting with the food that is included.
Yes.
You won't pay anything extra for this.
Nothing extra.
And we've got to start with one of my personal favorites, Oceans.
Yeah.
Now, Oceans is the Irish bar and grill. It's a neat themed place. You can go there and you can buy a drink or use your drink plan, but you can also get a lot of delicious food, including wings.
Oh, yeah.
They've got wings. These are buffalo wings.
Mm-hmm.
They've also got barbecue and sweet lime or sweet chili, I believe is actually the third one. But I went with the buffalo wings. And it get, if you're a big wing eater like me, you might be looking at this and going, oh, 6 wings? Is that it? Well, you know what? You can get as many as you want.
Exactly. You can do a trio of wings.
You could try all the flavors, or you could just keep them coming.
Exactly.
But don't get all filled up on wings, because there's a lot of other great food at Oceans, including their nachos.
Oh, yeah.
Delicious nachos with chili con carne, sour cream, guacamole, jalapenos, and, of course, cheese. Delicious. Another delicious option at Oceans.
It's making me hungry.
I know a lot of this is going to make you hungry, so we will apologize. We will apologize if we are a little making you hungry. Yeah. So, and we just had a question here about the wings, so I'll go back to the wings for a minute. The wings, Jen is asking, you know Jen.
Yeah.
Yes.
I just saw her.
Hi, Jen. Saw her a little while ago. Jen is asking, are the wings free? Yes. Yes. They're included at Oceans. So they are included in the price of your fare. So that,
and it comes with ranch sauce.
Yes. Yeah, celery.
Yes.
But to me, at Oceans, all the food is great, including the wings. They also have, this is something I know you really enjoyed, the dip.
Oh, yeah.
What was this?
That's a spinach artichoke dip, and it's creamy, and they're mixed in with spinach and artichoke arts, and you have the chips, the tortilla chips. Yeah. It's so good.
Delicious. A lot of great options. We're just getting started. And we really liked just about all this food. We'll let you know if there's something we thought was a little, maybe not our favorite, just so you know what you might want to steer clear of and what you want. But if you like what you're seeing here, be sure to give us a thumbs up below and let us know you like this video so we do more food content.
Artichoke spinach dip.
Or how about a fish sandwich?
Oh, yeah.
Fish sandwich, a battered fish fillet with coleslaw on a bun and French fries. That was a really delicious item. They also had fish and chips there, but I think I like the fish sandwich better. Yeah. Believe it or not. Another option, of course, they've got burgers. It's a bar and grill, so they gotta have burgers. Yeah, bacon, crispy bacon on cheddar cheese, or I think that actually was American cheese.
Yeah,
and two patties of meat on a sesame seed bun. It sounds like I'm doing a commercial, but I'm not. And it comes with French fries. So bacon cheeseburger, another great option at Oceans, and it'll cost you exactly $0 extra. Yes.
Zip.
So that's, everybody loves Oceans. Everybody I talked to on the cruise loves Oceans, because so many things to choose from: breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And you don't pay extra for it.
You don't have to fight the crowds.
Well, it's a popular place, but no, we got sat down every time we went there, and there were several times we sat down very quickly.
Yep.
Another time, I think you had this, the sandwich.
The chicken salad sandwich.
Yeah.
Yeah, they put it on between two toasted bread. Mm-hmm. I had wheat bread or multigrain bread, and the chicken salad is made fresh and comes with a sliced tomato, and you can add other vegetables if you want, like onions but it was really good with.
So you like that?
With
it looks
lettuce.
Good. It's making me hungry. Your description's
very good
making me
and
hungry
creamy
too.
And
all right,
delicious.
Let's move on. We don't have any chicken salad in the house. So we got to move on. I mentioned it earlier, fish and chips. They also have fish and chips with coleslaw and tartar sauce on the side. That was good. I'd recommend it, but I actually, like I said, I like the fish sandwich better. And a moment ago, we had a question. Jen asked if they have breakfast at Oceans, and they sure do.
It's breakfast
every morning. What was I saying? Where I wanted to go?
Oceans.
I said, let's go to Oceans, and you're like, well, we should try the main dining room too. Okay. A couple times we were like, okay, we'll go somewhere else, but I always want to go Oceans. Mm-hmm. My favorite thing for breakfast at Oceans was their French toast. French toast, huge, thick slices of French toast, nicely battered and nicely grilled. And of course, it comes with creamy butter and syrup. So that was my favorite thing for breakfast. What did you get? Do you remember?
I always stuck to my classic. I like a fruit bowl.
Yeah, you'd get a fruit cup.
Yeah, or a fruit plate.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a new mixture of fruit every day, so it's nice and presented beautifully. And then
for carbs, you didn't go with French toast. You went for pancakes, right?
Yes, because I'm a pancake girl and I love buttermilk pancakes, and they made them fresh every day and with melted butter and the syrup.
Yeah,
so good.
And everything they do there. I mean, I haven't been in the kitchen, but it felt like everything was being done like as a short order. Chef was cooking it up and back for you as you ordered. It didn't feel like they were taking stuff out of like a buffet pan or something. Everything felt fresh and made for you. Right,
and they were large pancakes.
Yep, so they were really good. And I know you like omelets.
Yes, and you could do. They have the suggested omelets, like a Western omelet. That's what I got that time.
Yep,
it's vegetables, and I didn't add any meat, but it's just mainly a vegetable omelet. So good.
Yeah, and everything we've mentioned here for breakfast, for example, French toast, pancakes, fruit cup, or fruit salad, omelet. You could, one person could go in there and order all that stuff. You can get as much as you want, as many, have as much as you want.
Hungry.
If you want one of everything, hey, you can do that too. But a lot of great food, and they also have the something for it's an Irish pub, but for the English crowd, the fans of English breakfast can get their version of English breakfast, which includes the beans, mushrooms, tomato, and of course you get your eggs, whatever style you want, bacon or sausage, and these nice little crunchy, crispy on the outside, hash brown patties, nice and tender on the inside. Delicious combination. If you prefer an American breakfast, you can get it without the extra beans and mushrooms and stuff. They call this the American breakfast.
That's right.
Who knew?
They'll also give you tea if you want.
Yep. You can get coffee or tea. Oh, to make it like an English breakfast.
Exactly.
So so Jen is asking if it's like a buffet, and it's not. It's a full service sit down restaurant. You go and you get seated at a table, or you can sit at the bar if you're going to be drinking too. But in the morning and breakfast, you get seated at a table like at a diner or a restaurant where you'd go for breakfast, and they bring the food to you and check to see if you want more, and they bring it out to you.
Yeah.
So that's O'Shea's. We've only covered one restaurant so far. Let's move on to another included option. This won't cost you any extra, and that, of course, is the classic cruise ship restaurant, the main dining room. There's 3 main dining rooms on the ship, Savor, Taste, and the Manhattan Room, and you'll find similar food at the different restaurants, the different main dining rooms. But here's some examples of what we had. I had the Cuban rotisserie chicken, which I really enjoyed. I thought it was really good. It had nice seasoning. It came with beans and rice and fried plantains, something that I don't have on a regular basis, but was really good. It gave a nice Cuban taste to the whole entree.
Right.
Do you remember what you had?
I had this pork loin with on a bed of sweet potato mash, and it had I believe it had like apple sauce kind of on it over with asparagus. It was so good, and they had a special brown sauce. So good.
Yeah, and I think this picture doesn't really do it justice, because this was the night that we were at a table that was very dark, and so I had to play with the balance here enough so you could really see what's on the plate, because it was a dark table. But you were raving about how good it was then.
Yeah,
so,
it was so good.
Like a recommendation. On another occasion, I think it was for lunch, I had the country fried chicken, and the country fried chicken, nice. It wasn't probably my favorite. I think I prefer the rotisserie chicken. This came out, in my case, it was a little dry. Maybe it was just luck of the draw, but good, crispy coating and delicious mashed potatoes and gravy. Who doesn't like mashed potatoes and gravy?
And I like the biscuit. He gave me the biscuit because he knows I like biscuits.
She's a biscuit girl. So, and of course the corn on the cob. So a nice American lunch or dinner there with the country fried chicken. So that was pretty good. Let's cover some of the side dishes or the appetizers you can get at the main dining rooms, including their salads. There's a Caesar salad.
Yes.
Yep.
Classic Caesar.
Yep.
So good.
With a huge, thin, sliced crouton on it. Really interesting serving presentation, as they call it. Yeah, so that was really good.
With lots of Parmesan cheese.
Yep, gotta have that. And speaking of cheese, one night I had as an appetizer the cheese ravioli with lobster sauce. And that was actually really good. I had good and bad ravioli, but this was especially for an appetizer, was a nice little plate.
It looked really good too.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. And you had soup. You remember what kind of soup you had?
I tried the pho soup. It was really good.
Yeah.
It tasted like pho soup. It had the lemongrass and bean sprouts and carrots and vegetables. It was really good.
Right.
It was small, so it was like a cup size. So,
but this, to be fair, this was an appetizer. I know we've both had pho before that was these massive bowls filled with meat and rice cakes
that
and
eats like a meal.
Yeah. So this was just meant to be an appetizer. So it wasn't a massive portion, but you liked it. So let's talk about, speaking of things we like, we got to talk about dessert.
Yes,
so
my favorite.
Yep, one dessert that I had was the Black Forest cake, which was really good. Nice layered cake with creamy frosting in between, or icing, I guess I should say, and it had cherries, a cherry sauce. So it was kind of the if you're familiar with Black Forest cake, it's got this little bit of cherry taste to the chocolate. So I really enjoyed that. I
had the classic cheesecake with they had a rolled up chocolate, shaved chocolate with strawberries. It was so good.
Wow,
you can't go wrong with classic New York cheesecake with and strawberries.
Food on a cruise, dessert on a cruise. Who can complain about that? Especially when it's included in the price of the cruise.
Yeah.
We got to mention while we're talking about the main dining room, we didn't just go there for lunch and dinner. We also went there for breakfast. And at breakfast, you can get the French toast. I mentioned the French toast in O'Shea's. You can get similar French toast at the main dining room, and a bunch of bacon. So I can't complain about that. I think I like the French toast at O'Shea's a little better. It might have just been how it was prepared that day, or luck of the draw or whatever, but it was really good. And I have those little hash brown little patties under there with the crispy on the outside and the nice tender potatoes on the inside. And let's see. Let's go back here. Global Geography is asking if all of these are cold. I'm not sure exactly which you're referring to. We're probably moving too quickly here. Let's see. Cold. If you're talking about the desserts were cold. Let's see. But if you want to expand on that in your question, we can go back to that.
The French toast is warm, served hot. And
most of what we've covered has been hot food. But let's keep going. And if you want to drop a comment or put the comment below, put a chat if you're watching live. Let's move on to the other breakfast we had. I like toast, and you can create your own omelet. So I told them I wanted a mushroom and spinach omelet, and they made it just the way I like it. Yeah.
And I asked for the toast. They asked for what kind of toast I wanted. I said wheat, and they also gave me with it the potato rounds. So it was good. Able to have butter and bread.
Very nice.
Very nice.
And let's see. Global Geography said, they were asking about the cake, and yes, the cake was served cold. It's not hot. So hopefully that. If anyone else has any questions, feel free to drop them below. Another breakfast you had. I know you like your pancakes.
Yes, they had home made pancakes to order, and of course I got buttermilk pancakes with this time blueberry sauce and strawberries, and it was so good.
Wow. Yeah, and that's the nice thing about the main dining rooms on really all the cruises we've been on, and Norwegian Escape was no exception. They will cater to whatever you need. If they have it, they will bring it. They'll get it for you. They'll find a way to alter whatever your order is to get you their side of special dressing or special sauce or whatever. So just ask. Just ask. If they have it, they're going to help you out.
Exactly.
Another breakfast item at the main dining room, again, no extra charge, was the waffles. I had the waffles, and I believe it had like a caramel sauce on them, and I had bacon and country potatoes on the side, which were big grilled pieces of potato, onion, and peppers. But a good crispy waffle with a nice, very interesting, different. I've never had waffles that way, with a banana and the caramel sauce. And of course, I had butter and syrup on the side too. Next up is something I know must have been yours.
Yes, I asked for a fruit bowl or some fruit for my morning because I have to always have fruit.
Yep.
So
that's what we had in the main dining rooms. So there's obviously other items you can get there, but those are should give you a really good example of some of the quality food you can get at an Norwegian Escape in any one of the 3 main dining rooms.
And the nice thing is you're not fighting the buffet people, and you're able to sit down and be served.
Okay, so right on cue, now we're going to talk about the buffet. So the Garden Café, it can be busier at certain times, so that is true. But other times, as you can see, it's actually can be very quiet. So keep that in mind. But breakfast, lunch, and dinner, you can go to the Garden Café. They have all kinds of choices of entrees. Like at lunch or dinner time, you're going to find chicken tenders, fish, chicken. They usually have a carving station out, at least at dinner time. A lot of different stir-fried items. Some Indian food I know you've enjoyed. And side salads. It's a massive, massive buffet with a lot of great choices.
Right.
And of course, they've got pizza.
Yes.
A lot of great food. And again, everything we've talked about so far is included in the price of your fare. So you don't have to pay extra for any of that.
I know, it's so nice.
It is. But we've got to talk about the specialty dining because the Norwegian Escape has some awesome specialty dining options now. These will cost you a little extra. In some cases, it's a la carte. You might be able to use if you get a package, maybe as a special offer for your cruise. You can use that for these. A couple of them have a flat fee, and I'll try to mention that when we get to it. But let's start with the first specialty dining restaurant. I've got to talk about Cagney's. Cagney's is the American-style steakhouse with awesome steaks, seafood, all kinds of great appetizers and sides. And my favorite has always been, just like last time we were in the region, I started with the ribeye. Cooked up just the way you order it. In my case, I go for the medium rare, but served up with a sauce, whatever you want. If you want a
Bolognese sauce.
Bolognese, thank you. I was trying to think of that word. And you get the sides, like you can see maybe off the side there, you can see I got the gratin potatoes, which were amazing. And these sauteed mushrooms. I think we both usually go for that.
Yes.
And I know you like to get the surf and turf.
Yes. And the surf and turf comes with, of course, lobster. And you get a filet mignon, and it's so good. And if you're not really that hungry for a huge steak, like a ribeye, you can get surf and turf, and it's just the right size.
Yeah. And you got the clarified butter there to dip your lobster in.
Of course.
Done just right. I know another time we went to Cagney's, because we went there twice, you got you weren't as hungry, so you just got the petite sirloin by itself, or petite filet mignon. I mean, so you can do that too. So,
and what's the difference of a petite? Is it's 5 ounces versus the normal filet is 8 ounces.
8 ounces, okay. And it's hard to see in the background there, but they also give this half a lemon for your lobster in a little satchel. I think in the next one, you can see it from overhead here. There's with the green tie on it, these jumbo shrimps on a skewer, and they give you again the clarified butter and some wild mushrooms. And in the little satchel there, tied with a green tie, is a half lemon, so you can squeeze that on your seafood.
And you don't get seeds on your food, so that's nice.
I think that's clever. That's clever. When we do it at home, I don't go to that much trouble, but that's cool that they do that. And once again, I had to get the au gratin potatoes. Just delicious. I highly recommend those. Speaking of sides, we also got to mention kind of sort of like sides is the appetizer type things, like the French onion soup. The French onion soup, I got to say, this is probably the neatest, and I mean not messy looking French onion soup I've ever had. And they didn't go overboard with the cheese, but it had enough. It had just
Mm-hmm.
the right amount, but it wasn't running over the sides and onto, burnt onto the sides and everything. So it's nice that they did that. And they had a nice big crouton, and of course the delicious onion soup.
It's so good. It's
Yeah.
like the best French onion soup I've ever had.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that too. And you had a salad one of the times too, right?
Yep. I actually
Or was that?
that was a Caesar salad that I
Mhm.
got,
Okay.
and it comes with a anchovy, but you don't have to have the anchovy. You can just let them know
Mm-hmm.
if you want it or not.
Yeah, that's one of those things that's kind of you either love it or you don't want it. So
Hmm.
let them know if you don't want the anchovy on your Caesar,
So the
because they
Caesar
do
was
it
really good.
yeah, traditional Caesar salad.
Hmm.
One last thing we got to mention is dessert. Probably the best dessert I had there, at least, was the blueberry oatmeal crisp. Delicious, crisp, delicious, tangy, sweet blueberries. And it has this nice little crisp on top. I don't even know what you would call it. It's almost like, remind me like a wonton with ice cream there.
Hmm.
So Cagney's has so many great options. If you're a steak fan, if you like this steakhouse experience, you gotta do Cagney's. It's well worth it. For one of your specialty dining experiences, be sure to do Cagney's.
They have the right size steak for everybody.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And if you don't like steak, they got chicken and fish and seafood, all kinds of great options.
Mm-hmm.
But now we got to move on to the next specialty dining spot, another one that we went to twice because we liked it so much, and that's Food Republic.
Oh, yes.
Food Republic.
So if you go on Norwegian, you have to try Food Republic.
Mhm.
It was so much fun. Food was excellent.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's kind of a real casual atmosphere. You have these little tablets at your table that you can look at the description and the menu, see the description of different items, and you actually order your food on the tablet. Now they have servers there that will help you and answer questions, but you do your ordering on the tablet, and you even pay. You scan your card to pay at the end of the meal on the tablet, and it's laid back, great view. Excuse me, great view of the ocean there, and delicious food.
And the temptation is that you order too much
Mm-hmm.
because it's almost like a game. You're like,
It's
oh, I want to try this. I want to try this.
Yeah, the first time we went there, we ordered way too much. The second time, we kind of pulled back a little bit. But let's go through some. I know people want to see what kind of food you can get at Food Republic. First up was they had the chicken teriyaki. Not the favorite thing that I got there, but it was pretty good. Nice grilled chicken with the teriyaki sauce poured on top and grilled. That was a good item. That I enjoyed it, but not my first choice. I'll just be straightforward. It wasn't. I've had better chicken teriyaki. Is that clear enough? Okay. And also we had the dumplings. I don't remember if we both had this
so
or
good. You
yeah, I
shared
think
the
we
dumplings.
both had that. What was a shared item? Nice crispy on the outside, and good.
Really good
inside.
tasting.
Yeah, was it
dip.
chicken? Was it?
I think it was like a pork.
I don't remember if it was
pork
chicken
dumpling.
or pork. So yeah, not very helpful on exactly what the inside was. That's hard to remember exactly, but they were tasty.
But the sauce was really good too.
Yep, the dipping sauce. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's not all Asian food. They also had these Tijuana street fries, which are basically like loaded French fries with chicken, guacamole, Mexican cheese, pickled onions, just covered up and just like almost a meal in itself. The Tijuana street fries.
Meal.
Yeah, a lot of food there. And part of the reason that you were referring to earlier, where you should be careful how much you order, but those are really good. The next thing we've got to talk about were these pork belly bao.
Oh my
pork
goodness.
belly on bao buns.
They're so amazingly good. They're sweet, and you have the crunch from the vegetables and the softness of the bao bun. It's like biting into a soft pillow.
Well, and the pork belly just melts in your mouth. A nice savory, a nice good sauce that complements it.
Another order of those. Those are so good.
Those were. So we each had one of those. I think we probably should have gotten a couple orders of those. But yeah, we had so much other food. The pork belly bao, Definitely recommend that. If that looks appealing to you at all, definitely get that at Food Republic. Another item we really enjoyed, I think it was yours that you shared with me, I at least had a bite of, or had one of them, was the, what are they called?
Firecracker shrimp. Oh,
so what is
that
that?
was such a pleasant surprise.
Mm-hmm.
It's shrimp in a paper.
A wonton?
Yeah, like a pastry paper.
Like a wonton wrapper, yeah.
Yeah, and they have this sweet chili lime sauce that you dip the chicken in or the shrimp in. So good.
Yeah, those were good. I had one of those, and I think you found a really good item to order there. So there, another one, 2 in a row here, ones we definitely highly recommend. But there's more.
There's
so much more.
There's so much.
Yeah, it's and this is a la carte. You can use the specialty dining package to order. We didn't do that, but I was overhearing them explain how it works. That you get like 3 items per person or something like that. They'll explain it to you, but you can do it that way. But both times we went, we did it a la carte. So yeah, that first night's bill was a lot more than the second night's because we went crazy. But
we did.
It does add up fast.
We were just like, oh yeah, I want to try this.
Yes. Speaking of trying stuff, we got to move on because you also tried this. What was this?
Oh, this was the kimchi fried rice. And then if you want to add a protein, you can add like chicken, fish, pork, whatever you want. And I had requested chicken, so they fried up the chicken and put it on with a kimchi fried rice. And I was expecting that it would be mixed in, but the kimchi fried rice was exactly that. It was kimchi fried with rice. It was really good.
And if you want your protein mixed in there, you got to stir up the chicken in there because they serve it this kind of. This is good for a photo to help people see what it is. Yeah, that looks good.
And kimchi is spicy. Just so you're aware.
Yep. Speaking of Korean food, the other item we had that I ordered was the spicy Korean fried chicken, and it was a little more lightly battered and lightly sauced compared to Korean fried chicken I've had other places. So this wasn't one of my favorite items, but it was decent. If you like lightly battered, lightly sauced fried chicken with a little bit of spice in the sauce, then you would probably enjoy the spicy Korean fried chicken. But enough about that. Let's move on to my favorite thing I had at Food Republic. And I'm going to say my favorite thing I ate on the whole cruise on Norwegian Escape is the tuna poke nachos. Tuna poke nachos. Fried wontons instead of tortilla chips. Ahi tuna. It's got a teriyaki sauce, and it's got a balanced that with a remoulade and onions. Delicious. I ate those up so fast, and it's a huge plate of them. I wish I'd gotten that the first time we went to Food Republic because I would have ordered it again the second time.
Highly recommended if you like tuna and if you like Asian fusion. That's a good mix.
Yeah, if that looks good to you at all, if that looks like your kind of thing, definitely order it. Trust me, you won't be sorry. That was absolutely awesome, and I think that's the why I put it as the photo on our thumbnail for this video because it was just so good. But they also have, if you want your tuna a different way, you can go with the spicy tuna roll.
Yes, the spicy tuna roll. It was really good.
Yeah,
they have a spicy mayo drizzle over it, and it's a tuna that's marinated in hot sauce.
Yeah,
it was really good though.
Yeah, so they've got a sushi chef working on duty right there at Food Republic that is making the sushi as you order it, and they had, like you said, the spicy tuna. I know you had tried another kind too. You had the what was this? Do you remember?
I think that was the I got 2 dynamite shrimp
roll. Okay, so yeah, that's another roll that you might have had other places, but that turned out really good too. Okay,
it's good.
So many great items at Food Republic. That is another place on board that we'd recommend. I think it was, especially on the first day or two of the cruise, people who hadn't really discovered it yet. So try to discover it and go to it early on your cruise. It'll be less crowded. You'll have an easier time getting in when you want to get in. Food Republic. It's on deck 8.
And you get a lot of shrimp or a lot of sushi roll. So be careful about ordering more than 2, I'd say.
Yeah, the food added up really fast there. So a lot of good food at Food Republic, but we got to move on to our next specialty restaurant, and that is the seafood restaurant, Bayamo by Ocean Blue. Bayamo by Ocean Blue. Now it's kind of this little open area restaurant, kind of pushed off behind the sugarcane bar in the corner there, but they had a lot of great food, starting with the tuna steak. And if you're somebody that's going to the seafood restaurant, Bayamo Ocean Blue, and you're like not so sure that you're not really crazy about seafish, you like steak, you want a steak, get a tuna steak. Tell them you want it medium rare or however you like your steak. It is so hearty and so delicious, grilled up so nicely. It was awesome. I was eating healthier than I normally would if I was getting a steak, but it felt like I was getting away with it because it tasted like it was like the steak of the sea. Is that a thing? I've heard of chicken of the sea. Anyway, so that was very good. Of the sea. Now you got linguine.
Yeah, I had a seafood linguine pasta dish, and it was really good. It had mussels, as you see, shrimp, and baby scallops.
Yeah.
Oh, it was so good.
Did that have calamari too?
No, it didn't have calamari.
No, calamari. Okay.
I had calamari as an appetizer.
Okay. So that was really good. Good options at Bayamo. For appetizers, they had things like this iceberg wedge salad with the blue cheese crumbles and bacon. That was really delicious. And I think you had this.
I had the 3 scallops with pork belly.
Oh, yeah, scallops on pork belly.
That was such a good combination. I didn't think it would work.
Yeah.
But it was really good.
Yeah, I was kind of jealous of that one. I mean, I was happy with what I got, but that did look very delicious.
It was really good. They had like a special sauce, and I think there were like tomatoes on it. It was really good though.
So at Bayamo by Ocean Blue, be sure you get the scallops with pork belly for your appetizer. That's a good one. You also, I think it was you. I had the crab cake. I don't remember having this.
I tried the crab cake and it was really good. They had a tater or what's it called? A mayonnaise.
Remoulade.
Remoulade for it, and it was really good. And it was spiced well, and it was crispy on the outside and soft in the inside.
Wow.
It was really good.
That sounds good.
They put a lemon so you could squeeze some lemon on it.
Okay, before we finish up with Bayamo, we got to finish up with by talking about what we finished the meal with, which was, I know for you had the French apple tart.
Yes.
What was that?
It was like a little apple pie, and they served with, of course, vanilla ice cream, homemade vanilla ice cream with a cookie crisp on top. It was so good.
Well, it looks like we got a lot of thinly cut apples on a nice pastry. That does look really good.
Yeah, it was like taking a bite of apple pie. It was so good.
That does look good. Now I had the dark chocolate mousse cake. It was so rich, and I think it came with a little bit of gelato there too. A fun presentation and a delicious way to end the meal at Bayamo by Ocean Blue. So now we need to move on to our next specialty restaurant, which is Moderno Churrascaria.
Yes.
That's the Brazilian steakhouse. And I should mention here that several of these restaurants that we're talking about have outdoor seating on the waterfront. So if you're interested in sitting on the waterfront, try to get an earlier reservation when they first open for dinner, and ask the maitre d' if you can be seated outside with some amazing views. Depending on the weather, it might be really popular to be out there, but we chose to sit inside. Right. And the way it works at the Moderno Churrascaria, it's Brazilian steakhouse. So it's kind of hard to see here, but this is one of the servers bringing around skewers of meat of all varieties, chicken, pork, sausages, all kinds of delicious meat on these skewers, and they come and bring you more meat until you take it off of the little tongs. We'll show that in a second here.
And they carve it right onto your plate
as much as you want, and they keep coming back until you've had enough. But I know your favorite thing at Moderno isn't the meat itself. It's before the meat.
It's a salad bar.
The salad bar.
Oh, the salad bar is an amazing salad bar. It has the normal salad bar fixings where you can get your vegetables and spring lettuce or romaine lettuce.
Sure.
And then on the other side, they have a charcuterie board where you can get all different types of charcuterie, meat and cheeses and grilled vegetables. And then they also have
the olives,
different types of olives
and hearts
and pickles.
of palm.
I know, it's amazing.
Yeah.
And you can get soup too.
Yep. Here's a plate. You see some of the items that we chose, and they even have sushi.
Yeah,
they had sushi on the bar.
They even have sushi. So
shrimps, sun-dried tomatoes, tabbouleh salad, hearts of palm, some really good cheeses and meats, and a lot of
French
good
beans that are really good in garlic sauce and some sushi and some shrimp. It was so good.
Yeah. So you might go there for the meats because that's kind of what it's a Brazilian steakhouse. It's a steakhouse. You think of the meat, but the sides and the salads are just add so much to it, and you are going to be stuffed. And Moderno is one of the restaurants where I believe you can use your dining plan, your specialty dining package, but it's a flat fee. So if you're thinking of doing multiple specialty restaurants, you're probably better off just paying the flat fee from Moderno because it's all you can eat and saving your specialty dining package for a different restaurant.
Be careful. Don't get full on the salad bar.
That's right. And I mentioned sides. They bring you a variety of sides, including the yuca fries, mashed potatoes.
I like the black beans. They were they were seasoned so well. I've never really liked black beans, but they were seasoned really well.
Yeah. So delicious sides, meats until you say uncle. And they end the meal with another skewer with a very special item. Can you tell me about that?
This is the caramelized pineapple that's been grilled, and it's so good. They put brown sugar on it, or they pack brown sugar and they put cinnamon on it, and then they roast it over the fire.
Yeah.
It's so amazing.
Yeah, and they like you can see their joys holding the tongs to like we did for the meat as the server cuts off the pieces, and when you go to eat it, it just cuts off. It's nice and hot still, warm from being off the grill.
And it melts in your mouth. This
so
caramel
good.
Deliciousness.
And with that cinnamon and brown sugar caramelized on there, you can smell it coming when they start serving the pineapple.
That's the best dessert.
Save room for that.
It's so good.
It's very simple. I mean, you basically described it as having 3 ingredients, which I think is accurate.
It's
but
so good.
So good. And it's kind of like going by the Cinnabon place in the mall. You just smell it a mile away. You're just like, well, here we go.
Don't skip out on the pineapple.
Don't skip out on the pineapple. Good. Yeah. Okay. Now we need to move on to yet another specialty dining option. There's so many.
I know.
This was a week-long cruise. We didn't do this in 2 nights. Okay. Just so you know.
Or 3 nights.
The Italian specialty restaurant, La Cucina.
Oh.
La Cucina.
Bueno. Or not bueno.
Oh dear. Okay, so La Cucina is a favorite of ours from our previous cruise on Norwegian, and we enjoyed it again. I got it's actually technically was an appetizer, but you can order it as an entree. I got the lasagna, the beef lasagna, and it wasn't super high stacked or anything crazy or unusual, but it was a nice layered lasagna with melty cheese and delicious marinara sauce. That was a good choice. I like that. And you had?
I tried the gnocchi, and the gnocchi is a potato that's been rolled. So it's like rolled pillows of potato served in a garlic butter pesto sauce. It was so good. And they put shaved Parmesan cheese. It was just perfect, and it was so good. Just kind of melts in your mouth.
Another great option.
Give you a satisfying fill.
And they have appetizers. We went for the salad, the pear and walnut salad. Delicious way to start your meal. I
So
really
good.
enjoyed that. And of course, got to mention desserts. The desserts, they have cannolis. These are kind of like mini cannolis. And what were they? Chocolate, pistachio, and tutti frutti were the three that you get. So those are really good. A nice way to end the meal. But yeah, La Cucina doesn't disappoint. It's very good. The next place we went to, also specialty dining, but we went there for lunch, and we almost weren't going to go there because their menu is really similar to Ocean's, but you pay a la carte there. But we thought, hey, let's do it so we can show our YouTube friends what this place is like. So we went to on our C day, our last C day, to American Diner, and American Diner has great appetizers, entrees, burgers, all that kind of stuff. This is in the location that was formerly Margaritaville, but now it's the American Diner. Nice kind of semi-outdoor seating, and a lot of great options. Do you remember what you started with for an appetizer?
I started with mozzarella cheese sticks.
Yeah.
And you may just see 3, but imagine 4 normal size mozzarella cheese sticks combined into 1. They were huge. I mean, they were so huge. And I wasn't sure if I could finish them. It was crunchy on the outside, and the mozzarella cheese was melty and so delicious. And you had a marinara dipping sauce. It was so good. But they were the biggest mozzarella sticks I've ever seen.
Yes, and they describe them on the menu as house-made, so they're making them right there, like some of these other, if not all these other items we're going to show you at
They
American
were like
Diner.
the size of Twinkies.
You're so focused on the size of these.
I mean, they were huge.
Yes, equivalent to 12 normal size mozzarella sticks. But let's move on. You really enjoyed that, or at least the one or so you got through. I got the nachos. Once again, I went for nachos, and these had cheese, beef, jalapenos, a lot of delicious, a nice big stack of nachos. And it could have been my lunch. It probably should have been my lunch because it was a big stack. But that was the precursor to my actual lunch, which was the fried chicken sandwich. And this was an awesome fried chicken sandwich like you might get at Popeyes or Chick-fil-A or one of those places, with deliciously seasoned, crispy coating, and then tender, juicy chicken in the middle, and you get French fries. So win-win. That was a good one.
And coleslaw.
And you got coleslaw with your order too, which was what?
Oh, I actually got potato salad.
You got potato. Okay. And
what's I had the American Burger Classic, so you can tell that's a huge burger patty, and it comes with tomatoes and lettuce. But I always like to have onions too, and so I asked for extra tomatoes and onions and mayonnaise, and they brought it to me. So it was a really good hamburger on a brioche bun. It was so good.
Yep. Very, very good options there, and they'll customize everything the way you want it. The service there was amazing.
It was amazing.
Yep. So, and we also got to mention the desserts.
Oh my goodness.
Delicious desserts. This is the s'mores chocolate bar, and it basically to me was like a big brownie that they put marshmallow and chocolate sauce on, and some graham cracker crumbles. It was really good, but it was an awful lot after those nachos and that chicken sandwich. But I enjoyed that. Speaking of enjoying things, if you're enjoying this and you haven't subscribed yet, be sure to subscribe. It doesn't cost anything. It's just a way to follow so you don't miss our great cruise videos, our next cruise food, or whatever we have, because we have more coming. Speaking of that, there's more food.
Yeah.
What did you have?
I got the classic carrot cake. I love me a good carrot cake, and it was really good carrot cake, and it had cream cheese, butter cream cheese frosting with really good sweet carrot cake in between the frosting. It was so good.
Yep. It looks good.
I had to take extra medicine, so I wouldn't go hopping around.
Oh, like
because of
a
the
rabbit
sugar.
because of the carrots?
Exactly.
Okay, well, helps your vision. Okay, now we have to talk about a couple more things. We need to show you one more specialty dining option that we talked about last week on our show, and that is the tapas bar. Pincho Tapas Bar is this kind of out in the open area. It's an actual bar, but there's a few extra tables you can sit at if you don't want to sit at the bar. And they've got small plates. And when we say small plates, we really do mean small plates. They were delicious and well done, like this pork belly with green apple. Was delicious, and the presentation you can see is beautiful. But for $8, the 2 bites that this consisted of felt like not a lot. Plus, we kind of had to wait a long time for them.
Yeah, and the pork belly, it may look really big, but it was the size of a quarter, I think. It was
Or a
really
$half.
small.
Yeah.
And I was like, really? So
I think my favorite thing, and you might agree with this, that we had at Pinchos Tapas Bar was the scallops.
yes.
Nicely grilled, seasoned with sea salt, and they had this delicious sauce and grilled to perfection. It's really easy to mess up a scallop. These are diver scallops, so nice big pump scallops. And here, instead of the 2 bites we got for the pork belly, this is probably like 4 bites because there's 4 scallops there.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe a little better deal than the pork belly. A couple other items we had at Pincho Tapas Bar was you had calamari.
Right. I had a calamari with kind of a cilantro pesto flavor put lemon juice on it. It was really good.
Yep.
And it wasn't overly chewy. Like sometimes squid can come out kind of chewy. Yeah. But it was really good. It was tender and good.
Right. And in the background, you can see there, the other thing I had was the chorizo, which it was good. Maybe not the best chorizo I've ever had in my life, but probably wouldn't order that again if I go there again. But I think it was 6 pieces of chorizo on the toothpicks there. But honestly, the tapas bar, and if you're familiar with tapas, it's not supposed to be huge servings. It's supposed to be multiple small plates. But I think this is the only time, even on a cruise where we finished eating lunch, where we said, okay, let's go to Oceans. And we went down to Oceans and we had something that we showed you earlier, I'm sure. So that's what we had on Norwegian Escape. A lot of awesome food. We hope you enjoyed that. I do need to mention there were a few restaurants, believe it or not, that we didn't go to. And that's Le Bistro, which is the French specialty dining restaurant. And if you're curious about that, be sure to check out the video linked in the description below. There's a video that our YouTube friends, J and D from Para DJ did on Le Bistro on the Norwegian Escape, where you can check out and see some of the food from there. We also didn't go to Teppanyaki, and we weren't staying in the Haven, so we weren't entitled to go to the Haven restaurant, but there's videos for each of those 2 linked in the description below as well, so be sure to check that out. I should mention that next week we're going to be, that's March 4th, 3 o'clock, Saturday.
It's going to be March soon.
Yes, it is going to be March, and we're going to switch it up next week, and we're going to talk about a ship we enjoyed on a different cruise line, Carnival Sunshine. So if you want to check out what we have to say about Carnival Sunshine, we've got some fun information about that ship, and that's coming up next week on March the 4th. Then March the 11th, we're coming back to talk about Norwegian Escape again, because we're going to cover the priority access special premium service that Norwegian offers. We tried it on our cruise, and we're going to give our honest review and let you know whether or not it's worth paying for. Don't pay for it until you see our video on the 11th, where we talk about Norwegian's priority access. And we're also going to show you your options for staterooms on the Norwegian Escape on March 11th. So reasons for you to subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, so you don't miss out on content like that. We talk cruise all the time. A lot of great cruise information on different cruise lines. Subscribe by clicking down below. It doesn't cost anything extra. It doesn't cost anything. It's just a way to follow us. And if you like this video, what do they do?
Give us a thumbs up.
Yeah, it really helps us out, and we appreciate that. And we want to thank you for watching.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye.